been a crazy last few days for Ethereum, but are we about to take a turn back towards the upside and see a huge swing? In today's episode, we're going to look at the latest Ethereum news from Mike Novogratz, as well as look at some technical chart analysis. Hello guys, and welcome to the House of Crypto. I make videos on Ethereum as well as other cryptocurrencies and tech stocks. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on the way in to be kept up to date with all of the latest happening in the cryptocurrency markets. Without further ado then, let's jump into our first piece of Ethereum news for today. Okay, so Mike Novogratz, who's a leading figure for the Bitcoin community, says that Bitcoin will be stuck around 45,000 for weeks after Elon Musk tweets, but says Ether is having a moment. Now, as we know, Ethereum does tend to move quite closely with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin tends to tank, Ethereum will follow it, and that's obviously what we saw happen a few days ago when Elon Musk said those things about Bitcoin. It dragged Ethereum as well as the rest of the cryptocurrency market with it. Now, on a different side of things, when Bitcoin is doing really well, Ethereum can tend to be kind of very steady as more and more money flows into Bitcoin. But when Bitcoin's steady and sitting at around sort of 45k or whatever level it's sitting at, but steadily sitting there, Ethereum will tend to gain ground on it as investors look for better ways to make more money. When he says Ethereum is having a moment, obviously, because obviously there's a lot of expectation for people who are involved in Bitcoin who want to make a lot of money, that actually maybe when it's not moving so quickly, people move across to Ethereum. But he's also said that ETH is having a moment due to the fact that there's so many use cases out there for Ethereum at the moment. Okay, compound that on top, we're going to look at CoinGate, where it's saying that Ethereum upswing could be past $4,000 again, which I know we were at $4,000 just a few days ago, but actually it does feel like quite a long time now, currently sitting around the $3,500 mark. But potentially going to be making a move to the upside. And we'll look at the charts in a moment. But just before I do, last week I talked to you about emeraldrockets.com, which was an ICO launched on Friday. If you got involved in that, congratulations, because it went up around 256% in just 3 or 4 days, which is awesome to see. It's obviously gaining a lot of momentum. A lot of ICOs come in and actually plummet in terms of price, but Emerald Rockets seems to have been doing really well. Emerald Rockets is a utility token for the world's largest education marketplace, which is hoping to do great things in the future. It's already offering over 1,000 courses, and it's trying to fight the problem of over-the-top student loans, which is such a big problem in both the United States as well as much of Europe, etc. So if you go over to Emerald Rockets, you can still get involved with a great project at super discounted rates, in my opinion. As you can see, up 259% today. Okay, that's a blog just a few days ago. You can buy it over on SushiSwap. Okay, so I'll leave a link down in the description. You can head over here and you can check out more about Emerald Rockets. And I'll also leave a link to the end of this video about the Emerald Rockets video I did the other day, and you can have a look and see why it's such a fantastic project, in my opinion. Okay, so you can work through MetaMask. Just connect up your MetaMask and do it through SushiSwap using the Nexus ID here. I'll leave the Nexus link ID down below, and you can set up your MetaMask really easily for that, and you can perhaps get involved with this project before it gets off the ground. It's already done 250%, so don't wait around too long, because these opportunities don't last forever. Right, without further ado then, let's jump on back to Ethereum and have a look at the Ethereum charts. Well, so as you can see, been a very scary last few days, and as I've mentioned in the past, it's designed to do that. It's designed to shake out the weak hands and allow people with more money to get into the market at discounted rates, because they didn't want to be buying up here. They want to buy at these rates. So, okay, Elon Musk has made these comments, but it was kind of going to happen one way or another. We were very overbought, and it was likely that we were going to see a bit of a retrace, which we have done. I made a video previously around here. We thought it might be making a bit of a recovery, but as you can see, we put in a lower high, and that saw us head back down to the bottom. But that word there is the key in terms of the bottom, and I believe that the bottom is somewhere between this sort of orange two bands here, around the 3,200 down to around the 315. And the reason I think that is, obviously you see in the past we came through and we turned this into a good level of support. We came all the way back down pretty hard. We bounced up, bounced down again, we bounced down a few times, and also in conjunction with this white line. Zooming out onto the daily, we had this pattern which has been sort of around the beginning of January. We've been in this channel, and obviously we broke out the channel and we have come back down through it. But what's great to see now is we have kind of broken back up, and we are again finding support above this channel. So we could well see you know, as with all patterns, no matter how big or small, they do tend to come back and retest before moving to the upside. Obviously, it feels like a much bigger situation because obviously this is on the daily and we've had a big retest. But if you think of this as the retest, where the potential upswing might take us to, then you know we're looking into perhaps 4,000, 5,000 and beyond. And I'm not going to speculate too much on those future prices, but you know it's looking very positive indeed. Jumping back towards the 1 hour charts, and I've drawn on these sort of falling fan patterns because each time we see, you know, they tend to be breaking to the upside. You know, when you have a rising fan or rising wedge, they do tend to be bearish and they do tend to drop to the downside, but when we have falling fans, they do tend to be quite bullish. Okay, so price is kind of rounded off bottom here. It came back up. What we would have expected to see was it to come back up to the sort of top level here, but obviously it didn't, and then it sort of failed, and then it came all the way down, putting in a lower low, but pushing up. And what's great to see, as I've mentioned, this is the white line, the top of that pattern, which appears to be holding as support. And as you can see, we got another falling fan pattern here, and appearing to break out in conjunction with this white line here. Now as well, if we zoom out a little bit further, this actually all becomes part of the same pattern, which would come maybe from somewhere around here. Okay, so I've changed the color of the lines to make it a bit more clear for you. If you look at these green lines here, they show a narrowing falling wedge, okay, which is a particularly bullish pattern. Okay, so to find our target for that, we take the top height down to this level here, and then we come back across to where our potential breakout would be. And as you can see, it pretty much brings us all the way back up to pretty much where we started a couple of weeks. And it brings us all the way back up to sort of where we started a week or so ago. But obviously, you know, that's not necessarily going to happen in one straight line. There's various areas here. This was obviously a significant line of support. Sorry, this was obviously a significant line of resistance, this top and this top here. So it wouldn't surprise me if we were to come up and maybe sort of slow down around this area. We could also potentially put in somewhat of a double, a sort of an inverse head and shoulders pattern, okay, which would obviously play out to the upside. But obviously, as things are going up, make sure we're taking profits, locking profits in, and not getting too arrogant. You know, every time something like this happens and it sort of breaks down against us, actually, you know, it might hurt a bit, but we do tend to come back stronger and we learn from it. Okay, so hope you've enjoyed today's video, guys. Make sure you go and check out Emerald Rockets down below. I'll leave a link. And if you enjoyed the video, then make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and you want to learn more about Ethereum, be kept up to date with all the latest ICOs, tech stocks, and cryptocurrency, then make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out to be kept up to date with everything happening in the cryptocurrency markets. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.